Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your reading today. There's a lot here, okay? But I want you to know that it's for you. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But very likely, if you found this video, then it's for you. So first message is about, it's basically a whole story here. And I'm going to start this and end up here because these cards all came out at once. This was a very certain reading. So I don't think you're going to take... I think it's going to be all or nothing with this. So if you start to resonate, then listen to the end because it's going to be, it's just for you. Don't question it. There's a lot of, I'm feeling a lot of grief around these cards here. Grief and loss. And it's a big grief and a big loss. This is something really close to you. This is something that's really important to you. Relationships that have been in your life for a while, or a certain identity that you've resonated with, beliefs you've been holding. It's also to do with you seeing things in a new light, being honest, which you always have been, but this is about seeing things and being openly honest with everyone involved. You are a very special kind of soul that you don't go where the crowd goes, and that's what's not always easy, because what everyone else does is often just because they don't look outside of the box and they don't question things, and they won't sort of like rock the boat because they find it easier to stay doing what they're doing and being who they're being. But for you, that's never been an option. It's not even an option. So that's when things can, even though they are right, can seem difficult. So yeah, but this is a message of hope, of not just hope, because I'm thinking of Jim Carrey now when he said hope is for beggars, but it's not about hope. It's about faith in knowing that just because if things aren't clear right now doesn't mean to say that clarity is not coming. You're not supposed to know everything and how it all unfolds. Just, this is the universe not testing you, but this is you building up your awareness and understanding, and it's a journey. It's not like you're supposed to know everything, but it's about having discernment, understanding, and honesty with yourself, with where you are. And that's all you can do. And that can never lead you down the wrong path if you're honest. You can't go down the wrong path. The only chance the time that you will go off path is when you are ignoring your truth, is when you are suppressing your emotions, is when you are afraid to hurt other people to the detriment of yourself and things like that. You have had a massive awakening. You've had a massive awakening recently, and it's added to the magnitude of everything, because obviously we're all on this awakening journey, but some of us actually never wake up. You are not one of those people. You know, you've been on this journey for a while, and so it can feel very lonely when you're surrounded by people that don't understand, because they're not there. And it's not because they're bad people, they're just not there, and there's nothing you can do about that. You can't shake someone and wake them up, you know. Plus it's all about our own divine destiny and our ability to lead ourselves with truth and integrity and honesty without living in fear, because that's just going to keep you small, and that's not what you're here for, and you know that. So that's why everything is so difficult, because you can't unsee what you've seen, you can't unknow what you know, and you can't fake feelings. There's a lot of fakery out there these days, online, on the TV. You know, people in family dynamics where they're just going along for the ride and really they're bloody miserable, but it just looks like they're having fun because they've got a smile on their face. But it's not true. And as I said that, I saw 444 on the clock, because yeah, a lot of people are good at wearing masks, but it's only a matter of time before your mask cracks and you turn around and think, wow, I've just lived 80 years or 50 years, however long you've been in that family or that relationship for, and you think, shit, I've just done that, you know, and now it's too late. And that is not something that you would ever need to worry about, because you can't do that, is what I'm trying to say, because you can't deny, you can't not see what you see. You are a seer. You do have these gifts that not everyone has. So I'm thinking of like blessing and a curse now, because sometimes ignorance is bliss, because then you can just jump in the wagon with everybody else that complains and whines and stays in the same position and, you know, follows the news and all that crap that you just know is just not what we're here for. It's like, you know, what you've been through has given you this perspective of life is too short to mess around, to lie, to focus on what doesn't matter, i.e. what it looks like from the outside, with material stuff, with your home, with your job, with your whatever. Like, that is just a cage that keeps you stuck at the end of the day. It's all about the internal work. It's all about, happiness is an internal job. It's not on the outside. You can't go shopping and buy a million things and suddenly feel better. There's a reason for that. It's because it's not, it's like feeding, it's trying to feed yourself, putting sandwiches on the outside of your body, you know, and you know too much to even pretend, even try and go down that road. Like, you knew this years ago. That's not for you. But it's, sometimes you might, I wouldn't say question yourself, but you can look around and think, well, you know, how is it that these people are still doing what they're doing and it looks like they've got their shit together? Well, this is the newsflash for you. They haven't. You know, if you actually like look beneath the surface, they've actually got, they're actually like not living the life they should live. And that's why, yeah, it's like a false sense of happiness. It's not real. So yeah, and people can only, this is another thing, people can only meet you where they've met themselves. So if people around you don't understand you, it's probably because they haven't done that work. Like, you can't explain yourself, explain so much to someone and expect them to understand, because they haven't been there and done it. It's like, if you've read the book and they haven't, you can't have a conversation about the book, you know. So this is you letting go of relationships, people, places, you know, ways of being that you used to be, because you felt like you wanted to help and heal and you could make it better by being in that situation, but you know that you can't. So that's why this card is here, the end of an era, and the new exercise program, which is, I think this is more talking about like the importance of moving your body, because emotion is energy in motion. So if you're feeling a certain type of way and you get into your body, right, somatic work, dance, any type of exercise that you enjoy, that's going to help you to shift your frequency, right? It'll help. Even basic stuff, like, for example, I've been doing some Pilates, and I don't normally do that, but I know that it helps to ground me and it puts me in my body. And that's a good place to be, because we're often in our heads. So it's grounding. So anything you can do at this moment to ground yourself and to not try and rush this process, but to be taking steps toward what you know is true for you while staying grounded in the moment. And remember, you are human. Remember, you're allowed to feel emotion. You're allowed to, you're not going backwards. You've done too much work to go back. And so don't beat yourself up if you feel a certain type of way or you get a bit annoyed or whatever else. It's normal, because whatever you're going through is, it's meant to be. And then this final card, and this all came out at once, these cards did, is Welcome to the New. So it's just showing you that this is all happening for you. This is where you are, you know, and this is where you're going. This is where you are, this is where you're going. And this is inevitable, this Welcome to the New. So you don't need to fake it. You don't need to pretend that everything's wonderful right now for things to work out. You just need to be honest and real. Stay grounded, stay true, and don't think that you have to have it all figured out, because you got yourself this far in life, whatever age you are right now. I don't feel like the viewers here are 20. I feel like you're older. So yeah, like you got yourself here by the choices you made, by the risks you took, the decisions you made, the self-belief you had in following your gut and your intuition, right? You followed and it led you here. So what makes you think that you can't just follow your intuition and what your gut is telling you, what you're feeling, and allow it to lead you right here? Okay, so that is all I have for you today. But yeah, there's only one way, and that is happiness, expansion, joy, more understanding and more clarity, and welcome to the new. Wherever you are in this journey, it's where you're meant to be, and the only way is up. Please subscribe and comment, share the video. It really helps other people to see it. But yeah, keep shining.